So anyways, my name is Elliot Volkman. If you have any questions throughout this class, feel free to post them through the live stream tool. All you have to do is put in a nickname and you should be able to post any question you want. That way you can still remain anonymous if you feel the need to do so. You can also follow up with me on the recap post, which I actually posted already on my site. I will show you how to get to there. And then you can also contact me through Reddit or Twitter as the journalizer. I'm the journalizer on everything, so just search for me and you'll be able to find me and ask a question as you need. So anyways, today we are going to be covering choosing a topic, creating an editorial calendar, and also finding a community of like-minded bloggers, if they exist, and very likely they do. Alright, so we are choosing a topic. As you see, I've got a couple of terrible examples. Maybe you're a gamer, maybe you want to write about cats, maybe you want to write about food. The first step is to choose a topic. So either it's general blogging, sharing your expertise. In that situation, maybe you are creating such a portfolio and you're looking for a certain job, so you're writing towards that position. Company or corporate blogging, we're not going to be covering a whole lot about that, but I can answer questions because I still do that at my day job. Special interest, food, wedding, cats, advocacy, anything else you can think of that you want to write about, there's likely someone on the internet that wants to read it. So, now that you have decided that you want to write a blog, you are that much closer to joining the 152 million or more other people, companies, startups, and family pets that already have a blog. Needless to say that based on the sheer volume of content that is being generated on a daily basis, that many blogs go unnoticed and eventually wither away and die. So my question for you today is, what do you want to get out of creating a blog? It's pretty simple, but unfortunately as simple as that is, it is overly complicated. So the first part of that is selecting a topic. So before you choose a topic to write about, though, you need to face the facts and understand that the likelihood that you will obtain a great deal of web traffic, sponsorships, or PR companies sending you free crap to review within the first few months, it probably just won't happen. When you select a topic, it might be for you, unless it's for a company. In that case, you will have a little bit different instructions and backgrounds and resources you have to use. But at the end of the day, it's something that you will have to be truly interested in and can devote a set amount of time each week, if not several times in a week, to work on. So, we're selecting a topic. Do you like cats? Simple. Write about cats. Are you an advocate for including bacon in absolutely everything you cook? Bam! Write about it. Are you looking for a job in marketing, software development, or twirling signs on the side of the street? Write about it. Because you already know what you want to get from your blog, you can now easily select a topic because you have thought through it, and you can now devote time to that topic. It's as simple as that. Sort of. Your blog topic, sort of, is more of a selecting a topic is actually quite simple. However, as we had mentioned prior, you are among 152 million plus other blogs, and there are likely to be other people writing about the same topic as you. So is this going to be an issue? Potentially, but it also depends on the community of bloggers that already exist. The topic you write about now places you in a community whether you like it or not. Food bloggers are considered foodies, social media bloggers are often called gurus, or as I call it, full of shit, and of course game bloggers are gamers. Some blogger types are awesome at supporting one another, while others will make a point to comment on your site and trash you for no reason. This is similar to a troll, but it's a little bit more direct. Also, you might even get some slightly cryptic competing blog posts trashing your own blog. Why, yes, there are immature people on the internet. Who would have thought? So do not let this get in your way of befriending the competition, though. Even if you are blogging to blog, there are groups of like-minded individuals that you would do well to connect with. For those of you socially awkward people such as myself, all you really have to do is find those people who are writing content, more specifically the people who might already be engaged with other people, go to their blog and comment on it. Just interact with them. Since there's no face-to-face communication going on right there, it's just that much easier. In some cases, you can link back in the comments as well, but make sure it does not come off as spam or that other people are already doing this. So, for example, if you go over to Mashable right now and you probably click on any article, there's going to be a ton of different people just writing these really basic comments, and of course below it they have a link back to their own site or product, whatever they're spamming. So you want to make sure you're not bordering on spam when you're doing that. Other cases, you actually have comment systems that allow you to make your name into a hyperlink, and it will go back to your site or your social media page, whichever you're preferring. So, for example, if you actually go to my own site, I use the discuss comment system. You can just, based on how you log in or which you put your settings as, people can just click your name and it will push you back to the site. So that way you don't have to have the weird signature, which a lot of places really just don't do that anymore. Some professional places do, and on LinkedIn you might find that, but outside of that, probably not so much anymore. So quite simply, if you're going to be looking for a job in marketing, write about it. Find some other bloggers that are writing about marketing, and comment on their posts. So what sets you apart from your competition is your personality, and of course your writing style plays a major role as well. For example, because this class is through the University of Reddit, I might be using a bit stronger language than I usually would, and I'm hitting on important keywords such as cats and bacon. Even if you didn't naturally hear that, it's called organic SEO, and that's what Google loves. So SEO is not a terrible thing. It's going to be part of your blogging process anyways. So if you actually want an audience, make sure you hit those trending topics. Just go to Google and search for trends. It will show you a nice little list of the top 10 and then top 20 items that are currently being searched through there. And that's usually a good way to start. Either that or, oh, sorry, never mind. I'll go into that later. Alright, so moving on, make your topic your bitch. Simply put, your personality is what brings people back to read your blog. If you have found a community of people who like what you have to say on their posts, or as I was mentioning before, if you're saying insightful things on their blog, they may be more interested to come back to your own site to see what else you have to say. This also goes for being personable on sites like Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Reddit, or anything that you have your name or blog attached to it. So, be everyone's friend, have a nice personality, interact with people, and they might want to come back and see what you have to say. So you can't just write about a topic. You must make it your bitch. If you're going to devote time to a topic, do not just cover the nuts and bolts that make things work. Provide your personal insight, views, and experience about why the nuts and bolts make the topic work. So, for example, Facebook Timeline is just released to at least all North American Facebook users, and that means people will be searching on Google for what it means to their business and their privacy. Besides supposedly looking like MySpace and it's sucking ass as per every Facebook update, people and companies more specifically are going to be looking how it's going to be affecting them. So rather than writing what features have been replaced, as in what A plus B is, you need what A plus B equals. So they're looking for what your insight is and how exactly it will affect them. Now, obviously this specific example is going to be kind of niched out to just the kind of stuff that I write about, but it goes for everything. So if you're going to be writing about food, don't just write about how you make it. Give some people insight into your experience and how the process went. If you screwed up, tell people you screwed up. Make a joke about it. Have some fun about it. It's about your personality, and that's what people are going to be coming back for. So do not worry if others have differing views. That's what your blog in the comment section is for. The more unique your views and thoughts are on a topic, the greater the chances are that someone will want to ask more details from you. That said, don't unleash the entire zoo at the same time. Give readers a hook at the end of your post or your video or whatever you're going to be using, and ask them a question so that they can also reach out and add more to it. Not everyone's going to be going for engagement though, so just try to get it where you can still get some sort of action item at the end. And it's always nice to have some comments that will create a bit of your own community as well, and people might be more interested in connecting with you and coming back. So that said, we have another important feature, which is called the Editorial Calendar. Most bloggers don't really create them on their own. It's just kind of something that they get into a groove by doing. But I highly suggest, if you are going to be creating your own blog and you want it to survive, you need to set some deadlines for yourself and really stick with them. So the editorial calendar, make one as soon as you can. If not before you've created your blog, do it after, or basically just create one. It doesn't make a difference when. You just need to set those dates. One of the faulty issues that come with blogging is that most writers are terribly inconsistent. With inconsistency comes a lack of readership and the potential to allow your blog to wither away and die. As much as we would love everyone to add our blogs to RSS readers, we simply can't rely on that, and a lot of people just aren't aware that they even exist. Use something like Google Calendar and create 2 weekly hour-long sessions that run through the end of time. It doesn't matter at what time or what days you pick. Just make sure it is a time that you can devote to either finding new topics to write about or creating new blog posts. Once you get into a groove of writing during your designated times, you will also be able to set an expectation for when your new posts will be published, and readers will know when to return and on what days they can expect new stuff to be there. Hell, you can even say at the bottom of your blog or on your post on what days people can be expecting new content from. Either way, pick your days and stick with it. Sporadic blogging is okay, but it's much easier to build up an audience when they know you are coming. So with that said, we've actually covered all of our information for today, but I just wanted to quickly run over what we'll be going over for next week. In sessions 2 of Blogging 101 course, we will be covering over some of the more popular blogging content management systems, so that's WordPress, Blogger, Posterous, Tumblr, and basically I'm going to be explaining how you can go and create your own domain through those, or you can create your own domain and kind of install them onto there. I might actually just record that session, but right now it's set for next Wednesday at 4 p.m., same time, same day next week. But I will still make it so you guys can ask questions. I'll just make it a little bit easier that way, because not everyone's going to want to know how to use each tool. It'll just be a little bit easier that way. So with that said, if you have any questions about selecting a topic or you have an idea in mind, feel free to ask me in the live stream chat box or follow up with me afterwards. But other than that, I do have one question that was submitted in before that, so I'm just going to read that out and I'll go over that, and then I will get to any questions that you guys might have. So with that said, Jamie B had asked, if you like 2 topics, does it make sense to have more than one blog? So essentially what that would be is, if you're having a personal blog, does it actually make sense to create 2 completely separate blogs? If you have time, go for it, but if you're going to be starting off from scratch, it's likely that you're still going to have to figure out how much time you can devote to it, getting into a groove of things, so I wouldn't recommend it. Now, if you're writing for a company, you have 2 different products, definitely split them. I mean, that's what you're getting paid to do, that's what you have to do. You have to have the messages completely separate and distinct, so make sure they're kind of separated into either 2 different locations, or you make it very clear that there are 2 different items and place them into categories of some sort. Alright, so with that said, let's see if there are any other questions, and if not, let's see. So Snuffles has asked if this will be recorded, and yes, this is being recorded as well. I will post the recording of this in maybe 10 minutes or so onto the blog post, and then I will send it out to everybody through the University of Reddit message system. If you did not get those before, just let me know. I'm still kind of tinkering with figure out what the best way to alert people is. But you can also sign up to the newsletter option as well, and that'll all be in the recap. So whichever your preference is to figure out when the new information will be out, just follow that. But otherwise, my primary way of contacting everybody is going to be posting on the University of Reddit and the recap. Alright, so Snuffles also asks, in your opinion, is it still viable to blog independently and generate money, even in a saturated niche? Can we ever catch up with big shots who have been doing it for years? Oh, absolutely. I'm not positive exactly which category that you're talking about, so that could be a depending factor. But like, basically what our third session is going to be is the realistic nutrition, who actually my wife is going to be coming and talking to everybody. But she started as a wedding blogger, and she had a day job. She had absolutely nothing to do with social media and content writing except for her background was in journalism. But she started her own blog. She did exactly what I talked to you guys about here today. You know, she picked a topic, she picked an editorial calendar so there was consistent content, and she just had a personality that people seem to enjoy. So now a website called She Knows had picked her up, and she's getting paid, and that's her day job. So on a regular basis, she's writing about food, she's the recipe creator, and I think she's starting to do social media stuff for them. And it's all just based on personal entrepreneurship, basically. I mean, you're basically branding yourself. Your personality is part of your brand. And if you want to make money off it, it definitely should be available to you. You know, just find those communities, reach out to other folks, you know, get your name out there. But again, your blog is going to be part of your personal brand. You know, so just try to get your name out there. But there's definitely easy ways to continue to beat out the competition, and it's not going to be just through Google Ads. I think the fourth session we'll be talking about kind of monetizing blogs and that kind of thing as well. And Claire will probably be better for answering that as well. But with that said, it looks like we don't have any other questions, so I think we'll wrap up. So guys, if you do have any other questions, I'll just stand by for another minute or so. Other than that, feel free to reach out to me on Reddit or the blog or wherever else. Other than that, you'll probably get a message from me in a few minutes with the recap and the recording of this session. So thank you, and I will see you guys next week or on Reddit.